Hello, fellow heirs. Welcome back to Weekday Wind Down with the Word, where we are reading through the book of Numbers. And today we will be reading the 30th chapter of Numbers in the NLT version. This chapter includes laws concerning vows. So without any further delay, let's start reading. Laws concerning vows. Then Moses summoned the leaders of the tribe of Israel and told them, "This is what the Lord has commanded. A man who makes a vow to the Lord or makes a pledge under oath must never break it. He must do exactly what he said he would do. If a young woman makes a vow to the Lord or a pledge under oath while she is still living at her father's house, and her father hears of the vow or pledge and does not object to it, then all her vows and pledges will stand. But if her father refuses to let her fulfill the vow or pledge on the day he hears of it, then all her vows and pledges will become invalid. The Lord will forgive her because her father would not let her fulfill them. Now suppose a young woman makes a vow or binds herself with an impulsive pledge and later marries. If her husband learns of her vow or pledge and does not object on that day he hears of it, her vows and pledges will stand. But if her husband refuses to accept her vow or impulsive pledge on the day he hears of it, he nullifies her commitments, and the Lord will forgive her. If, however, a woman is a widow or is divorced, she must fulfill all her vows and pledges. But suppose a woman is married and living in her husband's home when she makes a vow or binds herself with a pledge. If her husband hears of it and does not object to it, her vow or pledge will stand. But if her husband refuses to accept it on the day he hears of it, her vow or pledge will be nullified, and the Lord will forgive her. So her husband may either confirm or nullify any vow or pledges she makes to deny herself. But if he does not object on the day he hears of it, then he is agreeing to all her vows and pledges. If he waits more than a day and then tries to nullify a vow or pledge, he will be punished for her guilt. These are the regulations the Lord gave Moses concerning relationships between a man and his wife, and between a father and a young daughter who still lives at home. And that concludes the reading of Numbers 30 in the NLT version. Now I know this may sound old-fashioned, but to me, the Lord is saying that the man is the head of the household and that the man makes the final decision. And I know a lot of people don't agree with that today. But that's the way the Lord intended it. And the Lord ways are right. Now, don't ask me if I always do what my husband say. But if you ask me, I would say no. And sometimes I have to ask the Lord for help. I still need help in that area sometimes. But I do know that God intended for my husband to be head over me, and I do have to submit unto him. And I know that is in today's age, that's very controversial. But hopefully, your father and your husband will love you enough that he's not putting you in harm's way, and he's keeping you out of harm's way, and he's doing what he needs to do to best take care of you and the family. And that's why he's making the decisions that he is making. Outside of that, we have to trust the Lord, obey the Lord and leave all the consequences to him. So that's all I got to say on this subject. Please make sure you put your comment in the section below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this chapter. I would love to hear what the Lord is speaking to your heart. And thank you once again for listening to Weekday Wind Down with the Word. Have a blessed life in Jesus Christ. Bye.